Welcome to Your Inspired Journey. I'm Carla Andrews, and I have the wonderful pleasure of being here with Natalie Surmeli. She is a phenomenal yoga instructor, meditation teacher, and she's the founder of Tribe of Wolves. Her main mission is to help women find their wild feminine power and finding life the right way of living. Welcome, Natalie. How are you?
I am so wonderful today, Carla. Thanks so much. So happy to be here.
I'm glad that I'm sure you're gonna share a lot of great things when it comes to, especially your name is the Tribe of Wolves. You got to go a little bit deeper into that name, but of
Sure.
course, first we must know who is Natalie. Like you got to share with us,
Yeah.
your journey, your experiences, and just tell us a little bit more about who you are and how did you get onto this path.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Happy to do so. I am a mom of three kids, 16, 15, and 12. And I started on this path about 6 years ago. I was overwhelmed, numb.
That's
Just,
every
I
mom.
think, right? Like every mom. And I got to the point in my life where I just said, is this it? I have all the things I thought I wanted. I'm married, I
Hmm.
have healthy children, I have a roof over my head and food on the table. Why aren't I happy? And I, at the time, thought that I should blame, or I did blame my unhappiness on my husband. Um,
Hmm.
and he was an easy outlet. So I was kind of on the brink of an almost divorce when,
Wow.
um, yeah, it was rough. And I think there's so many women who are in this same spot where, we're high achievers, we're doing everything we can, we're hard workers, we have full-time jobs, we have moms, we're pushing, taking care of everyone around us. But then all of a sudden we wake up and say, wait a minute,
How, what? Yeah. What about me?
what about me? I'm unhappy, right? So instead of going down the divorce route, I decided to do some work on myself. And what I discovered is that I had been addicted to this achieving. I thought that my power came from this kind of like
Almost
masculine.
like yeah, winning, winning, win.
Yeah, win, win, win. And Carla, when I actually stepped back and did the work, what I realized is that the way I had been brought up, and I think that way most of us who are at least living in America grew up thinking that the harder we work, right? The harder we push, the harder we work, the harder we strive, the more successful we get, and then we get happy, right?
Hmm.
So this power comes from the doing and the achieving. Well, that only gets you so far. Got me to a point in my life where I felt overworked, overwhelmed, numb. I was yelling at my kids all the time and I had an unhappy marriage and I felt lifeless. And frankly, I craved a life where I could like wake up in the morning and be excited about the day ahead of me. I craved a hot sex life with my husband. I craved a life where I wasn't yelling at my kids all the time. So I did the work. I first dove into yoga and meditation, which actually slowed me down long enough to help me recognize
Hmm.
that the happiness that I was looking for, the joy that I was striving for, all of it depended on me. It
Yeah,
didn't.
it was already there, right? It was already there.
Exactly. Amen. Like it was already there. And I just needed to slow down long enough to recognize that I had to kind of peel back these layers of expectation, peel back the layers of what I call like patriarchal bullshit, and get down to what was going to make me happy, get down to what I
Hmm.
really wanted. Um, and that was the first piece. So I've done the work, and really it's about getting out of our heads, getting out of the doing and the achieving, this masculine mindset, and getting into our bodies. And
So you got to tell me a little bit. When you say you were doing the work,
yeah.
what do you? And it wasn't that you weren't doing work. You were doing
Oh
work,
yeah.
right? You were
Right.
achieving. You were pursuing. You were literally hunting.
Yeah. I
Okay.
had
So now that right, you were doing the hunting. You're hunting. That's
yeah.
as you mentioned about the masculine side of this achievement. But you said you did the work. What was that work?
The inside work, Carla. The inside work on me. So that means slowing down long enough to tap into my desires, to spend the time thinking about what I truly wanted. And
Mhm.
when I slowed down long enough to learn what I really wanted, it was a happy marriage. It was, to be a loving mother, to push love out into my family, to be a solid community member. But the actions I was taking every day weren't aligned with what I really
Really
wanted.
wanted.
What I really wanted. So, what I am teaching women are these feminine principles of slowing down, tapping into our desires, and then using pleasure to really help guide us through our days. So I can talk more about that because I know that's probably
No, no, it's yeah, in interesting. Like you said, pleasure, right? It's like pleasure versus pain because the hunting aspect, the achieving aspect, it can be painful at times.
well,
But you're looking for more of a balanced type of pleasurable experience.
yeah.
And it's interesting that you're connecting that to the feminine side of things and not masculine. Why is that?
So the idea of pleasure is kind of slowing down and getting into your body and paying
Mm-hmm.
attention to what feels good. So that is, if you think about the spectrum of feminine and masculine energy, right, which is this energy which is innate within all human beings. The masculine is the doing and the achieving, and the feminine is more of a surrender, slowing down, pleasure. It's the flow that you get into when you're in the middle of an art project. So pleasure means anything that lights you up, right? So whether that's your hot cup of tea, or dancing with your girlfriends, or putting flowers around your house,
Mm-hmm.
this is it's a feminine principle. And when we do more of these things that bring us pleasure, we're naturally attracting more of the things we desire
Mm-hmm.
into our lives.
That's fantastic. So when it comes to finding this inner, right, really the inner self of satisfaction, of a balance, as you mentioned, ebb and flow, how do you connect that to the tribe of wolves? Like how are you connecting that for those who are looking to really shift? It's a shift,
Yeah,
right?
it's
In a
huge.
sense of saying, I no longer have to have this persona. I can be just as comfortable being who I am or who I should be. Or does someone feel, and maybe this is how the society or culture feels that I should be more woman, more feminine. Maybe I love to be on a truck. You know what I mean? It's like, how do
Yes.
you how do you help a person who is wrestling with a choice of maybe what I really want is to play with the trucks? How do
Oh,
you
yeah, no.
work with that?
And I mean, that's a desire. I mean, I have a tractor, Carla. I mean,
Mhm.
I mow 2 acre. I have a chainsaw. Like I am the woman who is balancing those things, but those things bring me pleasure. So just because
Mhm.
they are considered masculine, in our
In the
culture,
world.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really what I'm talking about. Like those things to me, I love to get my chainsaw out. I love to build things in my home. I'm always fixing and painting things. We've assigned that a masculine trait. But what I'm talking about is just getting out of the moving and the doing and the achieving and into what lights you up, whether that's being on a truck or, cutting down trees, whether you're a mechanic or a dance teacher. It's doing.
And really is what you're saying is just being you, whatever that is.
Yes. And when we begin to kind of like shed the societal BS of what we've been told we're supposed to do and tap into the things that really light us up, we attract the people, right? We attract the people we want to be with. We attract the partners we want. Things show up in our lap that are true in alignment with us. And as women, when we just start to take care of ourselves, right? If you're a mom, you spend your time taking care of your children and making sure that your, partner is taken care of. There's so many things that we do. We're giving, right? But part of the feminine practice is sitting back and receiving. Sitting back and actually receiving pleasure. It looks like my computer is about to.
I'll wait. You want me to wait?
We're good. Okay, we're back on.
No, I love how you're saying is, and it's for a woman, we're nurturers, and whether we're doing it and let's say finding things to, I'm not saying necessarily hunting, but achieving and accomplishing.
Yes.
We're nurturers, we're givers. So it sounds like it's refreshing to receive. A lot of us as women, we can't receive. We feel like we have to be the one giving. But it's just really just take a seat and accept what the world is giving to us.
It's so simple. Like if someone says to you, Carla, you are incredibly gorgeous.
Well, I thank you.
This is no, yes, thank you. It's true.
Thank you so much.
Right? If someone
and just receive it. Yes, you have to receive
it. But we are conditioned to not receive. So if someone says, "Oh my gosh, you look gorgeous in that red top, Natalie," 6 years ago.
Do, by the way, which you do.
Thank you. 6 years ago, my response could be, "Oh, it's nothing. It was $7 at H&M." Right? It's like push it away. It's uncomfortable to receive love, compliments, things from other people. But what we teach people in Tribe of Wolves is, no, take it. Thank you. It's true. I'm going to own my power.
Yeah. Appreciate how others see you in a light of greatness.
Yes. And when we do this work, Carla, like you were talking about Tribe of Wolves, my mission for Tribe of Wolves is for women to be walking around so lit up and feeling so delicious and juicy that we're pushing love into the world, right?
Well, what ended up happening is, for some reason, the mic went off a little bit. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did. Okay. Am I back?
You're back. So okay. What happened is, like you said, is the more you receive, it's like a nuclear plant, right? You're receiving it and you exude this power. But it's hard. It's hard for a lot of us, as women, because we give so much of ourselves. We end up going to bed empty. We walk all the time empty. So, that's a refreshing way, a refreshing perspective of how a woman should see themselves, a platform to receive.
Yes. And we need to be filled up. It is my belief, Carla, that women are going to save the world. And this world is a mad, mad, mad place right now. And
it's a mad mess. It's a mad mess.
It is a mad mess. It is a mad effing mess. And
But you know what I could say about that It
What?
is in the mess that it is because the women are not standing up and doing what it is they're supposed to
Okay,
do. Period.
this is it. We,
Period.
yes, we women have the power to change the world. And this is the mission of Tribe of Wolves, is to get women so filled up and seated in their feminine power that we will create the ripple effect of the light, the love, the badassery to change the world. The world needs us. We can't sit back and be complacent. We need to do the work. We need to recognize our power. And that's what Tribe of Wolves is all about, is like sitting back, becoming aware of our place in the world, taking our power back. We got to take the power back and start creating change. And we can't do that.
Yeah, because think about it.